When we protest, they tell us pipe down for Trayvon and Mike Brown. CNN wanna make it black white, cause we hit their action with a black light. Make no sucker act right. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Danny.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I am Sierra, and welcome to the Need to Know 101. We're back.
Thankfully.
Right. Okay, we know. You're used to seeing three of us. However, due to some situations, there have been some changes, some opportunities have been made, people prospering. We're going to keep it pushing. For now, you just see the two of us. If you do see a third person, there'll be a guest. Nothing permanent. So we're going to get into the spill of today's show. We got a bunch of categories and a lot of stuff to talk about.
Okay, we made a few changes, you guys. We have 5 categories. We have our miscellaneous, for everything the other 4 categories couldn't hit. We have fashion and beauty, politics and government, intrapersonal and interpersonal growth,
Celebrity and entertainment.
and that's all we have for you. We're going to hit each topic every episode, and we're going to pick one piece of paper from each one to get us started with each topic. So we're going to knock things off with fashion and beauty. Go ahead, see.
This one?
This one.
Alrighty. What do you think about today's youth and makeup? What age is appropriate for young girls to wear it, dabble in it, and should boys at all? Well, I'm going to answer both real quick, real fast. What I think about today's youth and makeup, I think that it's a good thing that we all are learning to express ourselves, because at the end of the day, you're your own artist. You create what you want to create. I just think it should start at a certain age. Some people started early, some people started late. I started late. My mom started really early, so I think it all depends on what you're using at what age. Like, I think if you're like in middle school or like in high school, or usually middle school, like 7th, 8th grade, I don't see what's wrong with like eyeliner or like mascara, but I don't think you need to like contouring and highlighting, because that's a lot. But other than that, I think boys should be free to wear it too, because I do know there are some guys who are out there, and not everybody who is gay wears makeup. A lot of straight dudes actually wear makeup. You just would be surprised. I just think no matter what gender you are, makeup is makeup. It comes off. Makeup doesn't have a female or male gender or body part, so just do you.
I would say there's definitely an age limit for makeup when it comes to girls, because like you said, at middle school, 13 and 12, 11, you don't need to be contouring, because you can't even afford contouring makeup. That stuff is expensive, and it just, at that young of an age, there's no really need for you to try and change your face from what it already is. You need to get comfortable with, in my opinion, you need to get comfortable with your face, and then later on add on to it, because I'm not going to say I'm completely against it, because I was one of those kids who experimented with makeup and found myself a little bit through makeup when I was a kid, but I don't ever feel like it should be too extreme. Like, and I get the little girls, like, they have their little makeup kits that you buy them dollar store for gifts and stuff, and they play with that, but I don't think it should ever go past dress up time before they hit it to a certain age, just because along with makeup comes a certain mindset. When you wear makeup, you feel older, you look older. Makeup makes you, for certain people, it makes you look older, and a lot of kids and a lot of girls at a young age don't understand that makeup is not to make you beautiful, it's to enhance beauty. So I feel like with makeup, it's okay to wear it, but there's just as a child, there's some stipulations and like standards you need to put on that until they get older and they understand what makeup is for, and they can understand how to use it and not waste money and just throw it down the drain by putting clops and clops of makeup on that don't even need to be there. When it comes to boys, I don't really have a problem with it. I feel like it's a new age, new generation. We're more open to it. I don't know, a lot of people don't know, like, back in when Kennedy and Nixon were running against each other, and it was like back when television at first came out, and many people don't know Kennedy was in the lead because of his looks, because he looked good. Not only did he have good things to say, but he looked good as well. And that was because in the lighting on TV, they put makeup on him. Nixon refused the makeup, and he was like, no, that's gay, this is da da da. And so he's sweating, and he looks nervous, and while Kennedy's just over here, the JFK, he's just smiling, looking good for the camera, and everybody thinks he's not breaking a sweat. In reality, he's probably just as nervous as Nixon is, but he doesn't look it because the makeup was making him look flawless, opposed to Nixon, who didn't have anything on, but he was under all these lights and cameras, and he's just sweating bullets. So makeup is definitely something that is helpful, and it can be harmful at the same time, but I think it has more benefits to our society now more so than ever. And I don't think there should be a gender label put on makeup at all. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic. Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
T.
pick celebrity and entertainment for you.
Alright. What reasons do you believe Black China and Tiger are with people from the Kardashian clan? Yo. I
take that. Yeah.
I for one have always felt since before China even found Rob or whatever that, I always thought Tiger was with Kylie for the money, because one, you're 25, 26, she's 17, 16. It's kind of like, what is she really doing for you there mentally? Now, granted, I'll give Kylie the fact that she may be a little bit more educated more so on worldly matters, or more so adult matters, because of the people she grows up around, and they don't seem to pretty much filter any of that from a child, but it's still like, I never got that. I always felt like he was with her for her money. Like, let's be real. We might not, all of us might like the Kardashians, but they making that bank, and we know some broke motherfuckers don't want to work. We ain't naming no names. And then, you know, Black China, you know, she was just on the bandwagon. Like, let's get this coin. You got Rob and you got Kylie. That's coin for days. And Rob ain't worth much on the Kardashian name, but now that he with Black China, that's a lot more coin, honey. So I feel as if this was a plan from the jump. We gonna get this Kardashian coin. That's how I've always seen it. Like, I don't see Black China, and then it's like, why would Black China? She's not the prettiest woman on the block, but she's definitely pretty to me, and I feel like she could do so much better than Rob. So it's just like everything comes back to the coin with this. Everything comes back to the dime, to the dollar. I just feel like they in it for the money. That's just my opinion.
And I'm the opposite. I think, I love them together. I've always been a fan of Rob, and I like her even more now that she's with him, because I think opposites attract. She came from, you know, ghetto. She had to get it together. He came from, you know, an entitled family, and they're really close. So his upbringing and her upbringing are completely different, which is, I think, the reason why they work. Because China's more so, Rob, I want you to get it together. If she like helps him. I like the fact that, like, he thinks he's like the worst. He thinks he's like scum of the earth, and she's like, no, you're not. If you don't like the way you look, change it. Like, she's embracing him. Like, a lot of people that you get with that don't have money don't even do that. So if you can find somebody who, technically speaking, had a little coin before she even got with you, because it's not like she dead broke. Like, she owns her own business, she owns her house, she takes care of her child probably on her own. So for me, I think the dynamic of them is good. As far as Kylie and Tiger, I'm not a big fan of his, and I'm not a big fan of hers. So if it is genuine, I hope it is. If it's not genuine, I hope Kylie's being mindful of her business set, because when you fall in love, sometimes that does tend to make other situations in your relationship like I'm in love, so I don't give a fuck what nobody say kind of thing. So for me, I could care less for Tiger and Kylie, but I personally love Rob and China, and like on their show, he's completely the opposite of her. Like, it's oil and water, but somehow they mix, because she's like getting him out of his shell, and it's real hard to like get for him to be a Kardashian and want to stay at home and not go nowhere. What? They don't do that.
Well, and at the same time, he's like a Kardashian male.
Right, and she's trying to like get him out of his shell. Like, no, Rob, just because you look the way you look doesn't mean I find you unattractive. Because, no offense, Tiger isn't a bad looking dude, but like, if you had a man that looks good and treats you like crap versus a man who society don't really necessarily see you with, like, you could do better. You can have somebody with a six pack. You can have a football player or a basketball player because they got more money. But you know for a fact this man gonna come home. He gonna help you raise your child, and y'all can create life. I'll pick a Rob over a fine ass Ocho Cinco any day.
Ocho Cinco.
Right, cause no. But it's a funny dynamic. Hopefully, both situations are really real situations and not just no bullshit publicity stunt. Because you know how they go.
Sure, honey. I feel like everything the Kardashians do is a bullshit publicity stunt, including the Kanye thing. But that's
You
not
feel like the world is just a scheme.
There's lots of conspiracy theories going on out there, y'all. Open your eyes.
Miscellaneous.
Go ahead.
Keep thinking one's at the top and it's making me feel some kind of way. Why does it seem to be so hard to support black-owned businesses / family friend-owned businesses without asking for a discount? Me personally, I'm not like that. I don't knock anyone's hustle. As long as you're not stealing and killing for your coin, I'm all for it. If you sell t-shirts, if you sell pants, if you sell sneakers, if they look really fire and it's a reasonable price, I don't see why I wouldn't do it, because I personally own a lot of stuff from different black-owned businesses, and it's fire. And when I go out, people are like, oh, who is that, who is that? And I go on Instagram, and I show them and be like, yeah, girl, it's worth the money. Because just because people will support a Kanye with Yeezys and Rihanna with her, you know, her shoe businesses and even her clothes, but when it comes to, like, the dudes you went to high school with, like your neighbor or even your best friend, if they're like trying to make it on their own and not work for the man and for the white man their whole life, it's like, I need a discount. The shirt's $30-$40 and yet you asking them for 10% off, but you can go in H&M and spend $50 on pants. You can go online and buy some $200 50 fucking Yeezys. You can go online and you'll buy Rihanna fuzzy slippers and them bitches $2,000. But you can't support somebody that you know, somebody that is African American, and somebody that's trying to make it, other than just selling drugs and robbing and killing. Because let's be honest, you can't walk out the door being a black male anymore without being looked at. So if you're a black male, even a black woman, if you don't have your ass hanging out, if you're not dressed properly, don't nobody want to talk to you. And then when you try to promote your business, it's like, oh, I help you, but can you knock off $5? No, because to make a business work and to even create a business is hard work. So the fact that that person's slave, lost sleep, is broke because they're investing in themselves, why not help them out? Especially if the product is worth it. Yes, sometimes you know you get to hook up from people and the product is trash.
But that's when they offer it.
Right, but like say for example, if you cook, or say for example you make t-shirts and you make pants. If I buy your stuff and I don't spend $8 with you, and I wash that shirt 3 times and it starts to fade and rip, I'm gonna be mad. Of course I'm gonna be mad. But if you spent $50 on a t-shirt or on some pants, and within 6 to 9 months it's still intact and it still looks brand new, you got what you paid for. Because at the end of the day, you're paying for the quality. With celebrities, you're paying for their name, especially if they didn't hand make it, especially if they had nothing to do with the design, especially if they just walked in a warehouse, picked some shoes, picked some clothes, and threw it in the store. You didn't pay for nothing but that name that's on the tag. Like, Yeezy shirts are like $150. Who finna spend $150 on some cotton? It is cotton, bruh. And it got holes in it. I could buy one of my homeboy shirts for the good $30 online, get it in 2.5 weeks, less than that, and cut it up by itself, and only spent $30.
DIY.
You tripping. That's just my opinion. I don't have a problem with supporting black-owned businesses or black friends or none of that. That's just me. I'll spend my money. If I spend my money on makeup and I don't even know them people, I'm going to spend my money on your clothes, especially if they're good and I know you.
And that's just the honest truth. And I definitely have a different outlook on it now, especially trying to come into an entrepreneur and owning my own business and whatnot. It's a different outlook than being a consumer. As a consumer, yes, we're always looking for the next and best, greatest deal, but at the same time, you have to, as she said, take into account the quality that you're getting with the product that you're buying. Now, I'm not saying that as appreciation for your supporters and for the people who are your customers and whatnot, you shouldn't like throw them deals out there, them promotion codes, them discount codes.
Well, yeah,
things
it's different.
like
Like if you've been rocking with it, if like say for example, if I was a designer and I know for a fact by me doing all of my invoices and doing all my intel, I know who's been rocking with me since either day one or at least like for a good couple of months. So if I have like a bunch of inventory and like this person done ordered like 10 items or like 5 items or like even more than like 2 or 3, like if they don't spend a good grip, I'ma holler at them, slide them a little email, hey, here's a discount code, you can use it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you're doing that stuff, like, that's when I feel like you should be looking for things like that. But when you ain't never bought for this person just because you know
Right.
them,
Can I get them to say because we went to high school together?
right, that's wrong because this person's trying to come up and like she said, this is my biggest pet peeve. Like even moving outside of businesses and moving into mixtapes and moving into anything that somebody you know is doing and you don't support it, but when Kim Kardashian or when fucking Zendaya comes out with a new song, listen to this man.
iTunes, $3.99.
Can't even hold a note. Can't even hold a F flat. Can't do nothing. And you buy that shit. So it's just like people get tired of that after a while because it's just like and to be honest, after a while you become discouraged as somebody on the opposite end who's actually the business owner because you're like, how can I make these people happy but at the same time make money? Because celebrities, they do that stuff like they got that money. They got their money, investment money that they need to put into a company and then come out with some profit.
To lose a few
exactly.
So.
Somebody who is just starting out, they don't have that fortune. They don't have that ability to just put their money all into something and then if it fails, I'm all right with that. No, they don't have that.
Try again. No,
exactly. So as a consumer, I'm gonna be honest with you. You fucked up. You're very inconsiderate and wrong to just think I should get a discount because it don't work like that. It's not fair to them. And at the same time, as a consumer, if you really want a discount, you fuck yourself over sometimes because people don't subscribe to things. People don't get on emailing lists, and that's mainly 9 times out of 10 the way you get those discounts or coupons because that's the way they know to keep up with you. Like this person likes what I'm doing. Okay, let me keep them up to date. Let them know that they have this code for this month, and they can get such and such amount off the prices that they paying already. So it's just like, as a consumer, we have to do better in supporting our own businesses, our black-owned businesses, our Latino-owned businesses, our just family-owned, locally owned businesses. And most people don't know if you support a logo-owned, even if it ain't black. Like, I say black because I'm black, and y'all might not like it, but y'all gonna hear a lot of black stuff because I'm black. But even if it's whatever race it is, support a local business because if you support a local business about, I want to say 12 times out the year, and do it consistently throughout the year, even if you could do it more than 12 times, you don't know how much money and revenue and things you could give back and put back into your community instead of spending that money somewhere else, instead of ordering something offline, instead of going to the mall where things are produced in mass. Like, it's so much that comes with the territory that people don't know about. And in doing those things, we can better ourselves. We can put more money in our own pockets instead of just spending our money away on things that don't matter. And yes, I'm the first person to go on eBay, Amazon, and all that stuff and look for something for $1.99. But I'll also be the first person to get my ass up and go to the store because I hate waiting for shipping. And at the same time, like I said, we have to support our local owned businesses. That money can put a lot of money back into your local community if you're spending that time and that bread with that community. And you might not know, you might make a lifetime friend as a business owner that you're trying to buy stuff from. So it's definitely a lot of things that you guys need to keep in mind on that. And with that, we're going to go to interpersonal and interpersonal growth. A lot of things we can talk about in this topic. We all gotta keep growing. Do you think it would be easier or less clapback when working for minimum pay if working conditions and management were more hospitable or caring or clean or had cleaner facilities? I do believe that. I honestly do, because the fact that when somebody asks you in a nice tone to do something, you're way more inclined to say yes the first time around, opposed to somebody yelling at you and screaming at you, telling you to do something. So I feel like it's with that concept, it's the same thing, if not even more greater at work, because when you're working and slaving and somewhere making, yes, you're making money, but at the same time, you're somewhere where you'd rather not be. There's 50 million things you'd rather be doing. And yes, you're an adult, you have a responsibility, but cut all that bullshit. Fuck all that. We all human. We all know that we don't want to be at work all day. We don't want to be at somebody's 9 to 5 for the rest of our lives. So keeping that in mind, like, there's so many things that just would, if you had better bosses, better working conditions, better just more flexibility, like when it comes to being late or to needing time off with the family emergencies or whatever the case may be, and things were just to run a little bit more smoother, people wouldn't mind working for $7.93, $8.50, $9, $2. People would be more humble and more and have less of an attitude about it if the employers weren't such dickheads. Point blank period. Like, because, and I don't know why employers can't get this, because to me it's the most simplest thing. Like, if and when I ever do need people to help me run the business that I'm creating at this point in time, it's simple. Treat your employees right and you prosper. Like, it's the same thing with the marriage. Happy wife, happy life. Like, if your employees are happy working for you, there's nothing they won't do for you, and there's nothing you guys can't do together. Because at the end of the day, a business or anything is much more than the money you pay people and the products you give. It's all about the company itself and who's working for that company. So I definitely think that if working conditions were different when it came to management, that a lot more people would have less to say when it came back to the pay.
I agree. I think if you're a person who has a really long resume, like you've gone through a lot of jobs, I think your resume would be shorter if the management was probably better, because I know I left a lot of places because managers either don't do what they're supposed to, or they think they CEO and it's like, boo hoo, you make maybe $2 more than I do, so I'm gonna need you to bring your voice down. I also think that people will still want more money regardless, because if you're a hungry person, if you have a lot of money at one point and then you spent it all, I think when you're used to seeing a certain amount of money coming in from just your income, you're going to want more money in general anyway. But I think you won't ask for it as fast. I don't think your attitude would change as fast, and your behavior will either. Like, no offense, but if America paid us based on our behavior and our attitude at work, some of us would be making no money and some of us would be making a lot of money. For me personally, the happier I am, I'm happier when I make my money. So if you pay me for my job and you pay me for my qualities in the details that I do in my work, then you won't have an issue for me. I'll be the best person in the world. But if you keep trying me like I'm crazy, like I didn't graduate and have no education, then yeah, you're going to see Hitler, and when I'm at work, I'm not going to talk to you. Like, you could be my manager and I'm going to still throw you shade. And I've done it, which is not good, but you live and you learn. I think at the end of the day, as Americans in general, no matter what color, no matter what race, no matter where you're from, we all are worth $1. It's just up to us on getting that dollar and maintaining that dollar and showing the other person on the other side of that window we're worth that dollar. Because you can't walk into no job wanting $13 to $15, but yet you don't do your job. If you're going to want more, then you need to either do what you're supposed to do and expect to do and go above it, or just shut up. Because at the end of the day, if you work outside and everybody around you is making 15 because of their work ethic and because of how hard they work, and you're doing a $10 minimum pay, then you probably deserve that $10. You probably don't deserve the other $5 like everybody else do. You may want it because everybody else around you has it, but I think sometimes we have to look at ourselves and be like, okay, yeah, I want this extra coin, but am I really doing what I'm supposed to do to get it? Because a lot of jobs have you do too much and you be like, honey, give me a job. And then some jobs you be like, this is nothing. I could do this all day. And eventually you get bored of doing it, because at any job, routine gets boring. So I think we should stop looking for jobs in general and look for careers. But in order for us to look for careers, we have to be open to, educating ourselves on those careers. Because a lot of careers that we want, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of school. And if you want life and you want a job, it's like, how I'm supposed to fit school, a job, a man or a woman, maybe a kid if you have a kid or 2 or 3 or 5. Like, a lot of people have a lot of stuff to do. So I think if you're going to want certain things out of life, you need to be giving that to the universe, so therefore it can in return give you what you're asking for. Because if you try to be in a healthy relationship, why stay with somebody who beats you? You don't realize it, but it's like I know I deserve better because I see it, but I don't know how to get it. So I think we got to put in our minds the mindset of in order to get better, we got to do better.
Definitely.
I think we
Well,
hit,
one
did we
more.
hit all of them?
One more. Politically, though. Go ahead.
I got some more this time. What you say? What happened to America being the land of the free? I think, to be honest, I don't think we ever were necessarily the land of the free and the brave. I think that when the country was built, that was the goal. I think when they chiseled all of these walls and made all this water and grass and trees and people and environment, that was the intention. Do I think that it actually happened? A little yes, very little yes, and a lot of hell no. Me personally, because I've seen from just high school up until now 2016, there's been more, to me personally, there's been more black incarceration more than ever before. I think that now as a black person in general, especially our black males, I think that if you walk outside and get in your car and just have the keys in your back pocket and just sit down on your phone and listen to Spotify and pull up on you, what you doing? I think that the land of the free, home of the brave was meant to say we can live how we want to live. However, you're going to live inside of these criteria. So technically speaking, you're not really giving me my voice because, yeah, that's one of the 10 commandments. You can either say what you want to say or you can shut the hell up. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to incriminate myself, so I'm going to shut the hell up. But at the same time, it's like when you do speak, it's not heard. So therefore, 9 times out of 10, most people do what? Make an action. What is that action? Something real bad. So now what? Now you're in trouble. And it's like, well, damn, you technically said I could do what I want to do because this is my country. And to me, I feel like as long as I pay taxes, I can do what I want to do. However, that's not how it works.
At all.
It's pretty much, to me, a lot of people are saying, oh, everybody's turning everything into black into white. And it is because it's the truth. No matter how you look at it, color is always going to be a factor. We have our very first black president, and what was everybody more concerned about? Not his skin color, but the fact that he was a black man raised by a white woman. How can he run the country? And it's like you can't judge somebody based on what they're raised off of, because if this man has the qualifications to run my country, I'm not likely to run my country. It can't get no worse than what it already was. A few years ago, it was the worst recession since probably 1930, I think Hillary Clinton said. So it's like you compare the two. You have this land that we live on that is technically not free. Why? Because we pay rent and we pay taxes. Technically, we're paying to live here.
And
we don't live here
for
free.
We left.
I mean, the Indians found a spot and it got took. So it's like, now where the hell do we go? So when it comes to the land of the free, home of the brave, I don't think that we're as America, I don't think that we are technically the land of the free, home of the brave. I think they want you to live within certain limitations.
And that's sad because that's backwards. That's not how we're used to living. That's not even used to living. That's how we're used to living, but that's not what it was supposed to be when America was brought up. America was supposed to be something entirely different than what it was, and it isn't. And like we came, the people, the pilgrims, they came over here for a better life, to pay no taxes and things like that. That's why they broke away. That's not why they came over here, but that's why they broke away from, eventually ended up breaking away from the British government, because they didn't want to pay taxes on things anymore. But if you look at America, it's very funny, because we still pay taxes. We still do a number of things as to why we broke away from the British, and it just doesn't make any sense. And when I think of the land of the free, I think of a joke, because to me, we're not living in the land of the free. There's so many restrictions on things and what we can do. There's no such thing as black privilege or Latino privilege or Arabian privilege or Pakistani privilege or Chinese privilege, but there's a white privilege. And if you're white and you're seeing this and you don't agree with this, Caucasian, whatever you feel being preferred to be called,
you can comment below.
Comment below, we would appreciate it, but at the same time, it really doesn't matter if you see it or not, because I know it's there because as a black person living in my skin tone every day, I've experienced it. I've seen it. Everything that has to do with white privilege is the opposite of black privilege. So we experience that on a daily basis. So when I hear like America's supposed to be the land of the free, it's just it makes me chuckle to myself because that's not at all what we are.
But in some cases, it is kind of it's free for some people.
For the white man.
Right.
For the white people. For
some
the
people can
based
go
on your skin
around
tone.
and do whatever they want to do, and a lot of people have never answered to people.
And that's the people. Either you're white, your skin tone is white, or you have money. And then even when you're black or Latino and you have money, your money it only extends so far. There's only so many things that green is going to be able to get you out of. So when I hear America and like people saying it's the land of the free and all these people and immigrants coming from other places to be here and take advantage of the opportunities that we have, I find it funny because it's like they're coming over here with these big like dreams in their head, kind of like a child, like, oh, I'm going to be an astronaut, later on I'm going to be a doctor, then later on I'm going to be a fireman, not knowing that at that time it's a nice idea, but there's a lot more to it than just that. There's a lot of school. Time ain't gonna wait for you. Like life is gonna happen. So that idea of America being the land of the free is a nice idea. Sounds amazing. Looks great on paper, but it ain't real. It's far from real. Far from the truth. And that's something we just have to work on, and something we just need to stay woke with. But I'm Danny, and we're going to wrap this up.
My name's Sarah. Check us out in another few weeks because we're going to have even more topics. Follow us at the Need to Know 101 on all of our social media.
On Twitter, it's the Need to Know 101 without the O in between the no. And we'll check in with you guys next week. You guys have a good one.
Deuces.
Peace out.